In this video, we have a look at how deconstructing worded questions for Year 6 focuses children's thinking on question structures. We look at how that's done often by initially removing information, hiding numbers, hiding information, getting children to predict what they expect to see, calculating different possible answers before they're given the opportunity to calculate answers. Let's have a look at how that manifests in the results. So in this video, we're mainly going to look at the multi-step measures task family. Here's the build one prompt. There is a 2-kilometer relay race at the park. How far does each person run? And the children have to start by saying, well, what information must be given to be able to answer that question? And they say, of course, we need to know the number of people on a team. And then that's revealed, and children think, well, what could the answer be? And when I was doing this with children, they'd say, there are 2 runners on a team. In that case, each person would have to run 1 kilometer, and then we explore different possible answers as well. Then we see actually there's 5 runners on a team, and now children, having thought about the deep structure, are able to answer that question. And of course, then the answers work through in the build-up task. There's another build prompt here, which I'll not walk through in detail, but a bakery has an order for some cakes. The bakery has 3 kilograms of sugar. How much sugar does the bakery have left? The children identify that I'll need to know how much sugar in each cake. They do that first. Then we explore different possible answers. Then that's revealed. That leads into task A and then task B, which I'll share. So in task A, children think, well, what is the missing information that must be under that blue box? Firstly, thinking about question structures. Now, you'll notice Cam has £2, then there's missing information. How many apples can he afford? Initially, the child writes a question, how much an apple costs? And then they write, given that prompt, well, what might that look like in a question? So it might be a statement rather than a question, an apple costs 50p. Task B was an interesting one. So the difference with task B, you might notice, is the answer is also given. And so in the missing information, children need to insert the appropriate quantity as well. Now, I have to say I've changed this one slightly. Cara wants to swim a total of 4 kilometers, and it says, how many days does it take Cara? The answer was 5 days. The children were very worried that she wouldn't survive swimming for 5 days, so I have changed that prompt slightly. But hopefully that helps to show how children think about the underlying structure for each of these prompts. Just one other example that I'll share in this video from the area and perimeter task family. The equilateral triangle and the square have the same perimeter. And then what is there? And the children have to think, well, what could the question be? And in doing so, they process the information, they think about the deep structure. So when the rest of that question is revealed, they're ready then to have success in actually answering that question. For more background around this technique, here are 2 suggestions: the Ericsson Institute and Exploring the 3 Reads Math Protocol for Word Problems, or equally, Removing Opportunities to Calculate Improve Students' Performance on Subsequent Word Problems. Now, this aspect of the ebook is very similar to the next one, or it leads in very closely to the next one. Make connections between questions. So perhaps have a look at that video and how that leads in from what we've looked at here.